Quantas pedras trago eu no sapato? Quantas vou tirar logo à tardinha? A dar-te um beijo. Lá vou na canseira deste dia, e ai, só vale a pena se acabar. A dar-te um beijo. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito, a descansar. Amor, eu casava na mesma se teu pai não deixasse. Sou náufrago, porto de abrigo, farol e desastre. Eu prometo ser verdade, chegar a casa, fazer o jantar e tirar-te a saudade. Amor, eu casava na mesma se teu pai não deixasse. Sou náufrago, porto de abrigo, farol e desastre. Eu prometo ser verdade, chegar a casa, fazer o jantar e tirar-te a saudade. Dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito, a descansar. Amor, eu estou à tua porta, bem ficar para sempre. Crianças no banco de trás e o pôr do sol em frente. E um abraço, ser família. Nós somos casa, bagunça e viagem para o resto da vida. Amor, eu estou à tua porta, bem ficar para sempre. Crianças no banco de trás e o pôr do sol em frente. Ser abraço, ser família. Nós somos casa, bagunça e viagem para o resto da vida. E que o dia acabe assim, a dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito, a descansar. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito. A dar-te um beijo aninhado ao teu peito, a descansar.
Dear handball friends, a very warm welcome to all of you for watching us live. It is a pleasure to welcome you for the first official event to celebrate the men's EHF Euro 2028, taking place in Spain, Portugal and Switzerland from 13th to 30th January 2028. My name is Duarte Monteiro and I will be your host tonight for the qualifiers draw of the men's EHF Euro 2028, live from the Portuguese capital, the beautiful city of Lisbon. A few moments ago, dear ladies and gentlemen, you could listen to the amazing Buba Spingo performing here on stage for a worthy opening of this wonderful evening. So please, once again, give him a round of applause. And of course, special greetings to all the fans and handball enthusiasts watching us from all around the globe. Dear friends, let me tell you, there are exactly 658 days to go until the first match day, but don't worry, it will be worth the wait, as many special moments and interesting stories await us around the upcoming event. And now, let's see what the host cities of the men's EHF Euro 2028 have to offer.
Unleash the moment, where excellence is engineered and every detail pushes performance to its highest level. Unleash the spirit, where passion meets authenticity and where you don't just arrive, you belong. Unleash the energy, where celebration is a state of mind and every moment invites you in. Unleash the future together. In 2028, 24 teams will come together for an unforgettable European Championship. And now, discover with us the venues in each of the 3 countries. Switzerland presents Zurich as its venue for this EHF Euro 2028. The Swiss Life Arena, with a capacity of 12,000 spectators, will host 2 groups in preliminary round. The EHF Euro returns to its roots to Portugal, which presents as venue a cosmopolitan city like Lisbon. In recent years, Lisbon has acquired special prominence in handball teams. And in 2028, the modern Mo Arena, with a capacity of 12,000 spectators, will host 2 groups of preliminary round and 1 main round group. Spain will have 2 host cities. The first one is Valencia, a city with a rich handball heritage and some of the most modern halls in the country. And the second one is its capital, Madrid, perfectly connected to the other venues and with top-level sports facilities. Valencia and Madrid are connected in 1.5 hours by high-speed train, and those will enjoy the opening match, 2 groups of preliminary round, 1 main round group, and the final weekend. Come with us and enjoy an unforgettable EHF Euro in 2028.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after this video, all I can say is that the host cities of the Men's EHF Euro 2028 are definitely a must to visit. We will now continue with the welcome speeches, and for that, I would like to welcome the presidents of the organizing committees. Unfortunately, the Swiss president cannot be here today, so therefore, I welcome on stage the president of the Portuguese and Royal Spanish Handball Federations. So, Mr. Miguel Laranjeiro, the president of the Portuguese.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, dear handball friends, welcome to the qualifying draw for the 2028 European Handball Championship. I want to thank the Secretary of State for Sports, Pedro Dias, for your presence here. It's a sign of the Portuguese government's commitment to this event. There is a lot of work being done in sports in Portugal, and this is also thanks to you. I also want to thank Turismo de Portugal for its essential support. Dear President Michael Vider, it's always a pleasure to having you here in Lisbon with us. I want to thank for the trust placed in Portugal to organize with Spain, my friend Paco, and Switzerland, Pascal, with President Pascal, the next European Championship. It's very important to feel the support of EHF. We are now at the Royal Treasury Museum. It's a new museum in Lisbon, and we want to thank the Lisbon City Council and the Lisbon Tourism Association for their fundamental support for the tournament, starting with this wonderful space provided. Dear friends, Portugal organized the first European Handball Championship in EHF history in 1994. It's an honor for the Portuguese Federation, and for me in particular, 34 years later, to once again organize with Spain and Switzerland the European Championship. I want to guarantee all of you that we will organize the best indoor event in living memory in Portugal. In my country, handball is the most popular indoor sport. I am sure that after 2028, we will have even more players, fans, and visibility. Dear handball friends, everyone is welcome to Portugal and Lisbon in January 2028. I hope all Portuguese and foreign fans will come to Lisbon to support their national team in what will be a great, great moment. Portugal is, as you know, a welcome and safe country with many good reasons to be here a few days, and certainly with good weather, like today, with 22 degrees and with this sunshine. Good luck to all teams that will be in the draw in the next few minutes. Thank you very much, and we will see you in January 28. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Laranjeiro, and of course, Mr. Francisco Blasquez Garcia, the President of the Royal Spanish Handball Federation. I am now pleased to welcome our second well-distinguished guest of tonight, namely the Secretary of State for Sports in Portugal. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Pedro Dias.
Good afternoon, Mr. President of the European Handball Federation, Michael Wisner, Mr. President of the Portuguese Handball Federation, Miguel Laranjeiro, Mr. President of the Spanish Handball Federation, our dear friend Paco Velasquez, representative of the Swiss Handball Federation, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, dear Handball European family, good afternoon. Welcome to Portugal. On behalf of the Portuguese government and from Portuguese handball and Swiss handball and Spanish handball, as you know, they are preparing a truly remarkable moment. As mentioned before by the Portuguese Handball Federation President, 34 years after hosting in Portugal the very first European Championship in '94, Portugal is proud to once again welcome the best national teams in Europe for the men EHF Euro 2028. This is a moment of a great pride for the country. Portugal has consistently demonstrated his ability for successfully host major sport events, international sport events, and we are fully committed to deliver an exceptional European Championship once again. Portugal, as you might know, is a safe country, welcoming country, ready to embrace players, officials, and fans from across Europe with warmth and enthusiasm. The co-organization of this tournament, alongside with Spain and Switzerland, represent both an honor and a valuable opportunity. Together, we will celebrate not only handball at its highest level, but also the spirit of unity, cooperation, and friendship that sports inspires. This event comes at a time of sustained growth and great sporting achievements of Portuguese handball. Our national handball teams has reached historic milestones, including its best ever results as 2025 World Championship, playing the semi-finals, and in 2026 European Championship, where we proudly secured the 5th place. These accomplishments reflects years of dedication, hard work and belief of our Portuguese Handball Federation. And of course, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the Portuguese Handball Federation for its commitment and vision. I also extend a very special word of appreciation to all clubs, athletes, coaches, officials, and technicians who are contributed to this fantastic journey. I sincerely wish that 2028 European Handball Championship will be a great experience to all European handball family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dias. Now that we are fully aware of the enthusiasm of the host countries, especially Portugal, of course, we kindly ask the President of the European Handball Federation to join us on stage for his welcome speech as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Michael Widerer.
Mr. Secretary of State, presidents representing the organizing committees, our partners, and foremost the representatives of the countries taking part in this event, and especially the qualifications. Such a big event, normally, at least in European spheres, is dominated by 4 parts. The first one is the draw for the qualification groups. The second one is the draw for the final tournament. The third one is the first day, first match. And then the fourth is the awarding, meaning the final of the tournament. All that is here. We have the nations being represented. We have the nations' names in these balls and the pots, and we have the trophy symbolizing the final. So I think we can really start with the draw. Before that, I would like to underline that it is not only an honor to represent the European Handball Federation and the executive committee members and the staff who are here to join the draw, but it is also really a pleasure to see that we are at a historic place, listening to you, the word historic result of the Portuguese team. It's somehow a combination of historic values and at the same time a modern dynamic sport. And this is what we are going to see in 2 years' time. Because of that, I kindly ask my colleagues who are responsible for the draw, let's start, let's see who is going to qualify via the groups, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Widerer. Now, before we move on to the technical part of the draw, I would like to take you on a journey to what we can expect to see during the Men's EHF Euro 2028. Unforgettable moments, elite handball, of course, and plenty of experience. Please enjoy.
Three countries, Spain, Portugal, and Switzerland. All dedicated to delivering the very best in handball. And the best means the biggest national team event of the European Handball Federation. The Men's EHF Euro 2028. 4 cities: Madrid, Valencia, Lisbon, and Zurich. 4 spectacular venues for the greatest competition in European handball. A handball hurricane sweeping down from the Swiss Alps to the Iberian Peninsula. United by passion.
Lovely spin.
Driven to do more.
Gorgeous finish.
Score more.
Class.
Be more.
Huge save. Oh, what a save that is.
It's the contest where pure emotion and incredible skill meet. Get ready to be amazed. Get ready to be amazing.
What a drop.
The goal of every player, every fan, every coach, every official.
That is a foul.
To liberate the potential. To release the brilliance. to unleash the extraordinary.
And now the celebrations can start in earnest.
Wow, the very best of international handball, not only on screen, but also here in the front row. Of course, I can only say that I'm extremely looking forward to see which teams will play against each other in the qualifiers of the men's EHF Euro 2028. But before that, let's get familiar with the draw procedure. And in order to give our handball friends a good overview about the technical side of the draw, we will now present a video with a detailed explanation.
40 nations registered in order to fight for a place at the final tournament of the men's EHF Euro 2028 in Spain, Portugal and Switzerland. As hosts, Spain, Portugal and Switzerland are automatically qualified for the final tournament. And so is Denmark, the title holder from the men's EHF Euro 2026. These 4 teams will play the men's EHF Euro Cup 2028. Altogether, 32 teams will play in the men's EHF Euro 2028 qualifiers. A total number of 32 teams will participate in the men's EHF Euro 2028 qualifiers. The 32 teams are listed in alphabetical order. 20 out of the 32 teams will qualify for the men's EHF Euro 2028. Based on their current EHF men's national team ranking, the 32 teams have been seeded into 4 pots. The 32 participating teams have been seeded into 4 pots according to the current EHF men's 4-year national team ranking, and will be drawn into 8 groups of 4 teams each. Please be aware that Serbia and Kosovo cannot be drawn together into the same group. In a first step, the 8 teams from Pot 2, including Serbia, will be drawn into Row 2 of the groups. Next, the 8 teams from Pot 4, including Kosovo, will be drawn into Row 4 of the groups. As Kosovo cannot be drawn into the same group as Serbia, the following procedure will apply. Kosovo is placed in a red draw ball and will be drawn first from Pot 4. The group already drawn for Serbia will be temporarily withheld, and only the remaining 7 groups will be placed into the pot for the draw of Kosovo. Once Kosovo has been drawn into a group, the draw ball containing the group of Serbia will be added to the pot, and the remaining 7 teams from Pot 4 will then be drawn into the open positions of Row 4 of the groups. After the completion of Pots 2 and 4, the 8 teams from Pot 3 will be drawn into Row 3 of Groups 1 to 8. And finally, the 8 teams from Pot 1 will be drawn into Row 1 of Groups 1 to 8. We wish all the participating teams good luck for the qualifiers of the men's EHF Euro 2028 in Spain, Portugal and Switzerland.
Thank you so much for the video. Well, it looks simple to me, but I'm still happy I don't have to explain it to you. So we have now come to the moment we have all been waiting for, the actual draw, of course. And therefore, I am pleased to invite the chairman of the EHF Competitions Commission, Mr. Božidar Đurković, and EHF Secretary General, Mr. Martin Hausleitner, to come to the stage and conduct the draw. Good evening, gentlemen. So, for each pot, Mr. Đurković and Mr. Hausleitner will be accompanied by a handball player who will assist with the draw. And as a first step, we will start with the main part of the draw by drawing pot 2. And for that, I would like to ask our first invited player to first take a look at and to come to the stage to give a statement about the upcoming men's EHF Euro 2028. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Jesper Nusbo. Hello.
Hello. First of all, may I say it's very nice still to be called a player That's very nice. I stopped 5 years ago.
I mean, you are going to be a player until the rest of your days,
thank
so
you.
that's what it is. And that's actually a good introduction because, of course, you know how it is to win on court this kind of tournaments. So the first question is, how was it like watching the Danish team win this year? Yeah, on the stands.
It was an incredible experience. I know that a lot of these guys have been wanting this trophy for a long, long time. They've been winning for a long time as well. So it was nice to see them actually getting what they wanted, but also seeing the arena dressed in red and white. And in my hometown, it was a very special feeling.
Absolutely. And now that they made that, how do you think Denmark's chances are of defending the title into 2028?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say with a lot of hopeful people here, but I think that they will have a very good chance of defending their title.
Thank you so much, Jesper. And please take your place next to these two gentlemen. I can take the mic. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start by drawing pot 2, and the following 8 teams feature in pot 2. Austria, Czechia, Faroe Islands, Italy, North Macedonia, the Netherlands, Poland, and Serbia. So first, we will start with drawing the teams from the blue balls, and then we will move on, of course, to drawing the groups in the white balls. Gentlemen?
We start with Poland.
So Poland is our first team being drawn.
Goes to group 6.
So here we are, Poland in group 6.
The Netherlands.
Now let's find out in which group we're going to have the Netherlands.
Group 1. Czechia.
So Czechia is the third team from pot 2.
Goes to group 5. Here we have Italy.
So Italy is the next team. So far everything going well. No technical problems with the balls.
Goes to group 7.
So now we have Italy in group 7.
Next is Austria. Goes to group number 2.
And it's group 2 for Austria. 3 nations to go in pot 2.
Faroe Islands.
And now we're about to find out in which group the Faroe Islands will be.
Goes to group 4. Serbia.
So now we have Serbia. 2 groups remaining for Serbia.
Goes to group 3. Last one, North Macedonia.
Of course, last but not least, North Macedonia.
Finally goes to Group 8.
Of course, the only remaining group, Group 8 for Macedonia. So let's summarize Pot 2. So far we have in Group 1 the Netherlands, in Group 2 Austria, Serbia in Group 3, the Faroe Islands in Group 4, Group 5 we have Czechia, then Poland in Group 6, Group 7 with Italy, and Group 8 with North Macedonia. So thank you, Jesper. Very nice to have you here. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And before we move on to Pot 4, please meet and greet the next player joining us on stage, representing Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mehdi Ben Romdane. Hello, Mehdi. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So, first question, what are you most excited about when it comes to the EHF Euro 2028?
Yeah, I think it's easy is that we play at home. I live in Zurich, so when I imagine to play in front of my friends and family, yeah.
Special.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Switzerland had a good tournament this January. How do you see the team building up over the next 2 years?
Yeah, I think we have a young team with a lot of talent and 2-3 players who more experience has. And I think over the few years now, we take more experience, and I hope they will help us in 2028.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mehdi, and welcome to Lisbon. I hope you have time to enjoy the city also. Now let's continue with Pot 4. The following 8 teams are featured in Pot 4. Estonia, Finland, Israel, Kosovo, Latvia, Luxembourg, Slovakia, and Turkey. And at this point of the draw, it's important to remember, and as you could see in the draw procedure video, Kosovo cannot be drawn together into the same group with Serbia. Therefore, we will start with Kosovo in the red ball, then the remaining teams in the blue balls, and the groups in the white balls. Gentlemen?
Kosovo. Goes to Group 4.
So it's Group 4 for Kosovo together with the Faroe Islands. It's the first match we have.
Latvia.
Let's see in which group Latvia will find their place.
Goes to Group 6.
It's Group 6 together with Poland.
Estonia. Goes to Group 3.
Group 3 for Estonia joining Serbia.
Next one is Luxembourg.
Let's draw the group for Luxembourg.
And Luxembourg goes to Group 8.
Group 8 for Luxembourg joining North Macedonia.
Slovakia. goes to Group 7.
So Group 7 for Slovakia, meeting Italy.
Turkey.
Now we have Turkey.
Goes to Group number 2.
Group number 2, Turkey and Austria.
Finland. Goes to Group 1.
Group 1 for Finland together with the Netherlands. And now we only have one team remaining.
Israel.
And of course, it's Israel. And in a few seconds, we will confirm the group also.
Goes to Group 5.
Of course, Group 5. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, let's summarize now Pot 4. So far in Group 1, we have the Netherlands and Finland. Group 2, Austria and Turkey. In Group 3, we can find Serbia and Estonia. In Group 4, the Faroe Islands and Kosovo. Group 5, Czechia and Israel. Group 6 with Poland and Latvia. In Group 7, we find Italy and Slovakia. And in Group 8, North Macedonia and Luxembourg. Thank you, Mehdi, for the helping hands, and enjoy the rest of the evening. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, we are already halfway through with the draw, but before we continue to the second half, please welcome and put your hands together for the next handball star joining us on stage, coming from Spain. Yes, please welcome Javier Rodriguez.
Now.
Hola. Hola, Javier. I like the enthusiasm. You wanted to come to stage. That's good. Javier, Spain had a strong history, or has a strong history in the EHF Euros 2028. What do you think the chances are of making it back to the podium in 2 years' time?
Yeah. Hello, first of all. And yeah, we have a good team, in my opinion. We have young people, but also with a lot of talent. And about your question, I'm sure we have a lot of chances in this big tournament. And yeah, I have a lot of chances.
Yeah, sure. And of course, playing at home also, what kind of support do you expect from the Spanish fans?
Yeah, playing at home is always so special. And yeah, playing in front of your family, your friends, always is incredible. I'm sure the atmosphere will be incredible. And yeah, we went to make people proud, and it can make a difference. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Javier, and welcome on stage. They are all so tall. Now let's move on to the draw of Pot 3. You can see the following 8 teams seeded in Pot 3. Belgium, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Georgia, Greece, Lithuania, Montenegro, Romania, and Ukraine. So, gentlemen.
We start with Belgium. Belgium goes to Group 7.
Group 7 for Belgium, joining Italy and Slovakia.
Lithuania.
Second team in Pot 3, Lithuania.
goes to Group 1.
And it's Group 1 for Lithuania, joining the Netherlands and Finland.
Montenegro. Goes to Group 4.
And it's Group 4 for Montenegro, together with the Faroe Islands and Kosovo.
Bosnia y Herzegovina.
Let's see the group for Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Goes to Group 5.
And it's Group 5, together with Czechia and Israel.
Ukraine. Goes to Group 3.
It's Group 3 for Ukraine, together with Serbia and Estonia.
Greece.
Now we have Greece. 3 groups as an option.
And Greece goes to Group 8.
Greece joins North Macedonia and Luxembourg. 2 more to go.
Romania. Goes to Group 6.
Group 6 for Romania, together with Poland and Latvia.
And Georgia. Goes to Group 2.
And it's Group 2 for Georgia. So let's summarize Pot 3 at the stage where it begins to be very interesting, of course. Group 1, the Netherlands, Lithuania and Finland. In Group 2, Austria, Georgia and Turkey. In Group 3, we can find Serbia, Ukraine and Estonia. In Group 4, we have the Faroe Islands, Montenegro and Kosovo. In Group 5, we find Czechia, Bosnia and Herzegovina and Israel. In Group 6, Poland, Romania and Latvia. In Group 7, we can find Italy, Belgium and Slovakia. And finally, in Group 8, we have North Macedonia, Greece and Luxembourg. Javier, muchas gracias. It was a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Now, dear handball friends, we can finally ease the suspense for the 8 teams in Pot 1, and we will learn, of course, the final schedule of the men's EHF Euro 2028 qualifiers. But before that, there's always a but. Let us welcome the 4th player joining us on stage tonight. Last but not least, please welcome the Portuguese handball star, Rui Silva. Hola, Rui, welcome on stage. Hola. So the topic was already an issue this evening. Portugal comes back of some historical performances at the World and European Championships. So what has been the success, the formula for the success?
Honestly, I think we don't have I don't have the right answer for that. I think all the work that our federation in the last few years has made it all the clubs, all the handball family that we have in Portugal are part of this success that we have in these last years. And then, of course, the players, all the staff and everyone that is related with that help us a lot to try and to get the kind of achieve that we have in these last years.
I think that works as a good answer.
Yeah, I think so.
And of course, playing in Portugal is going to be special. So what do you expect of the Portuguese fans?
I expect a lot, for be honest, because as we know, normally I think we are far away from the host countries in the last years, and now every Portuguese had the opportunity to see how this kind of event is. And as a player, and I hope Portugal can have a lot of support, because we will have for the first time this kind of support that is not normal for us players, because since 2003 that Portugal don't have that kind of support, and I think it can help us a lot to have another and to step a little bit more in the classification in the end.
Absolutely, there's much more to achieve. Thank you so much, Rui, and welcome on stage. You can now join the two other gentlemen. So the following 8 teams are featured in pot 1. Croatia, France, Germany, Hungary, Iceland, Norway, Slovenia, and Sweden. As usual, we will start with the teams in the blue balls and then the groups in the white balls. Gentlemen.
We start with Sweden. Goes to group 8.
And it's group 8 for Sweden, the first group that are complete.
We have Iceland.
Iceland. Let's see.
Goes to group 3.
It's group 3 for Iceland.
Croatia.
Let's now find out the group for Croatia.
And Croatia goes to group 1.
It's group 1 for Croatia.
France. Goes to group 6.
France in group 6. 4 groups to go.
Germany. Goes to group 7.
And it's group 7 for Germany.
Hungary. Goes to group 4.
Group 4 for Hungary. 2 more nations.
Norway. goes to Group 2.
And it's Group 2 for Norway. It's the last ball of the draw.
Slovenia.
Slovenia, of course. And now the last one for the groups.
Goes to Group 5.
Of course, Group 5. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the final table. So, Group 1 features Croatia, Netherlands, Lithuania, and Finland. In Group 2, we have Norway, Austria, Georgia, and Turkey. Group 3 with Iceland, Serbia, Ukraine, and Estonia. In Group 4, we find Hungary, Faroe Islands, Montenegro, and Kosovo. In Group 5, Slovenia, Czechia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Israel. In Group 6, we find France, Poland, Romania, and Latvia. Then in Group 7, Germany, Italy, Belgium, and Slovakia. And finally, in Group 8, we have Sweden, North Macedonia, Greece, and Luxembourg. Thank you very much. Also to you, Rui. You're now free to go. And of course, special thanks to all the other handball stars we had on stage tonight, as well as for Mr. Božidar Đurković and Mr. Martin Hausleitner for their assistance with the draw. I think it goes without saying that we wish all three organizing countries a magnificent tournament at the Men's EHF Euro 2028. Again, many thanks to the chairman of the EHF Competitions Commission, Mr. Božidar Đurković, and EHF Secretary General, Mr. Martin Hausleitner, for showing up and providing assistance today. Dear ladies and gentlemen, this completes the draw of the qualifiers for the Men's EHF Euro 2028. The matches will be played between October 2026 and May 2027. We wish, of course, all the best and good luck to all teams during their games in the Men's EHF Euro 2028 qualifiers. We have now come to the end of the qualifiers draw of the Men's EHF Euro 2028. The results of the draw are available and can be found on all EHF media platforms. And to keep up with the latest information and news about the event, please sign up the EHF Euro newsletter on our official website, eurohandball.com, and keep a close eye on our social media channel for regular updates. Be ready to unleash the extraordinary at the Men's EHF Euro 2028 in Spain, Portugal, and Switzerland. And for this mood, let Buba Espinho entertain you on stage and enjoy the following minutes of him performing once again. For my side, and on behalf of the European Handball Federation, I thank to all our handball friends around the world for joining us today. Take care, see you soon, and have a good evening.
Fui ao jardim, meu amor, para me despedir de ti. Vou embora e não quero que tu te esqueças de mim. Um dia hei de voltar, seja lá quando isso for. É cá que eu quero ficar, ao pé do meu lindo amor, ao pé do meu lindo amor, de olhos verdes cor de mar, seja lá quando isso for. Let hei de me casar contigo. Um dia hei de voltar, seja lá quando isso for. É cá que eu quero ficar, ao pé do meu lindo amor, ao pé do meu lindo amor, de olhos verdes cor de mar. Seja lá quando isso for, um dia hei de voltar, seja lá quando isso for. Um dia hei de voltar. Obrigado.
Yeah. See you again in Australia. I'll record it and use it for stories. That's how I do it. So Simone is doing, the heavy work.